Hey everyone, just a quick note before you jump into this episode. We ran into some unexpected audio issues during recording, and unfortunately we couldn't fix them in post. Rather than scrapping the episode entirely, we decided to upload it unlisted so it's still available for anyone who wants to check it out. We know the quality isn't ideal, but we still had a great time recording, and wanted to share the conversation for posterity. Thanks for your understanding, and we hope you enjoy it, despite the rough patches. Hello everybody, welcome to Cardistry, Lore, and More. I'm Kevin Ho. I'm here with my co-hosts, Brendan Connor.
Hello.
And today we have two very special guests with us, our old school friends, Adam Kerchman and Frank Sung from Bloc.
What's up, fellas?
Hello. What it do?
Where are you checking in from? Where are you?
I'm in Queens.
Nice.
And I'm in Philly. Go
Okay.
Birds.
Go Birds!
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Cardists are known sports fans. So
Exactly.
Speaking of flying, did you guys see Sage's thing from yesterday?
Ooh,
God.
yeah, butterfly.
Oh, beautiful.
That was awesome.
cool.
I don't
Yeah,
think I've
that
ever
was great.
seen like full body cardistry like that before, where it's
Totally.
just incorporating the whole environment to do something.
How many decks do you think that was? 4?
4.
4 decks.
Yeah, that seemed like
Hopefully.
a 4-day
Yeah, 4 makes
adventure.
sense. I didn't really question it. I was just thinking it.
And I love
Gorgeous.
the butterfly productions as well.
Yeah,
Such
the
a
little
nice
the
little
garden
touch.
aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sage
I'm-
really pushing
I'm gonna
the,
say it. I think Young and Yaohei took after you guys, because you guys with Block were doing something where you were taking a facsimile of nature with like wood patterns and other textures, and then Young and Yaohei did it with like found objects like butterflies and pocket knives and stuff. So I think that you guys are a precedent for YGH.
Cool.
Awesome, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Adam, I have to thank you for introducing me to two wonderful things. The first is Shake Shack, when
Ooh,
we were
classic.
doing our little rounds with the Verts back in 2015.
A decade ago.
Yeah, and the second, oh, that's right, it is a decade ago. We're coming up
Yeah.
on the 10-year anniversary of CardistryCon Brooklyn,
Whoa.
which was a fantastic time.
Coming back around.
Yeah, there's some lore there too, with the whole con and the verts and everything that we might get into later this episode. The other thing I have to thank you for introducing me to is Xavier Renegade Angel. I think this was around the
Classic.
time
Wow.
when we were. I think it might have been when we were hanging out with Fiddling Steve that you told me
Yeah,
about the
sounds right.
show. Yeah, which is
A
another.
burrito. A
Yeah.
burrito inside the center of the scene burrito. That show's great.
It's a great show. Got PS2 graphics and everything. So you guys are the Block Boys. You have started your own company back in, was it 2021 or 2020? Around then?
way before that, wasn't it?
2017?
Yeah.
Oh, 2017.
Pre-COVID, baby.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, you had like a premiere at the LA Con. Am I correct?
We,
No.
I think we
Before
brought the
that,
deck
right?
to LA Con. We brought our
Okay.
prototype of the Pines to the LA Con.
Mhm.
And we were just showing it around, seeing, who fucks with it. And
Yeah.
people were liking it, getting some clips.
Yeah. I remember your marketing campaign, too. You had, babies and blocks.
Yeah, just a whole bunch of babies playing with
A
blocks.
whole bunch of babies with blocks, and I was like,
I remember that
they're,
too.
they're cooking something, for sure. And then
You
it
don't know
was-
what
it was
we're
beautiful.
cooking.
I don't know what they're cooking, but they're definitely cooking something.
There's something there.
But yeah, then it dropped, and yeah, it was kind of quite a revolution. What was the first iteration? It was like plywood.
It's American Pine.
American
Pine. I'm so sorry. And then
One of these guys.
Rosewood.
Yeah, Rosewood. And then
The marbles.
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 Marbles are gorgeous.
Yeah.
You had the soft plush.
Yeah.
Plush. With a plush tuck later on with
Plush
Art of
tuck.
Play.
With to play. Yeah.
It's my drag name. And
Got black marble.
got black marble.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
got the Zaza.
True.
Awesome.
And
And then
now
we got
have,
something. Who knows?
we had the green leaf, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not out yet.
Bleep that out.
But yeah, the chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll, yes. I kind of want to know because I don't know if I've ever like spoken to you, especially you, Adam. But like, okay, just straight origin stories of cardistry. Because like, I think for okay, context, us four we are all genuine old OG cardists.
Yeah. Think about like the number of hours between the four of us.
Disgusting.
Filthy.
Adam, I knew you as the genius way back when.
The
yeah.
genius.
Yeah.
With a 3.
With a 3.
Shout out Bone Ho.
Yeah. You
Shout out
were
Bono.
harsh, man. You were harsh.
Yeah, you were a demon.
Straight demon time.
And what killed me too is because you had that video series. I forget the name. It was on Technique. It was like Runner or something.
Oh yeah, track runner.
Track Runner. And then at the end of your videos, you'd always like pop out and smile and wave. Very nice looking guy. And then in the comments, you'd just be going crazy.
Do you have any clips? Clip that.
Nope.
Clip that.
Yeah. I wonder if those videos must be. I don't know if they exist anymore.
Yeah,
Maybe on-
probably not.
Maybe on Theory 11. The migration.
Deep. Yeah, deep in some forum somewhere.
Somewhere, somehow.
But origin stories, like Adam, I think because you were on the forums way before for myself, and I'm
Was a
assuming
boy.
probably Frank as well, right? Like you're.
Yeah, I remember Frank from Technique.
Yeah, I mean, I was also on Technique, but never on Cheater. So,
Oh yeah.
Couple
Me and
of you
Adam
guys.
were
Wait,
from
which
the
one are we
Cheaters
talking?
era.
Cheaters
Cheater.
cheater or the Cheaters cheater? Which one are
Oh,
we
there's
talking right
there's
now?
the two. Well,
what? There's
Adam,
two?
you were
Lore incoming.
there was two. Adam, you were on Magic Video Depot, which is
I
like even
was.
further back.
Yeah,
I remember
shout out
Magic Video
Jonas.
Depot.
Shout out Harwin, right?
Yeah, true. Sorry, Harwin. Harwin 22. Yeah.
So tell us about that, Adam. How was MVD?
It was great. So, picture the world doesn't have YouTube yet. You're trying to share videos. You have a Canon G7 or something like that. They're back around. Don't worry about it. And all you're trying to do is take the clip from this thing and get it to your friend in Singapore. How do you do that? Well, first off, there was something called KeepVid, I think, which you could have a video that was like 30 seconds long and that was it. But after that, they figured out web hosting. And once that happened, then you and a whole bunch of other people your age could show the things you're dealing with cards together. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember Magic Video Depot. There was some. It was a very magical time, no pun intended, for like card sites because of the terrible frame rates.
Yeah.
The cameras. You could like do some
Specifically Peter
slights.
Duffy. Yeah,
You-
Peter
the way
Duffy
you do
would have
slights,
the
it looks
most
impossible.
disgusting pass.
Yeah, you can do it's like disgusting.
Yeah.
Like color changes looked in like literal magic because there's like 4 frames per minute.
Yep.
So
That was the biggest takeaway. Was like hurricane changes and riffle passes that were just completely magical because
Yes.
they were imperceivable.
yeah, I think Tony Chang was on there. I remember.
Yeah, for sure.
I know
Yeah.
that Tony was Liquid Snake on Cheaters, Liquid
Yep.
SN. That was what
Yeah,
it was
doing
on.
like electric eel and such.
Yeah, there was this color change that was on Magic Video Depot, I think, where the person had the card like on a table, face up. They waved their hand over it without touching it, and the card would change. And they posted the method, and the method was ridiculous. It was that they had a double, and the top card had like a string attached to it that you put on your foot, and then you like stomp down on the, on the string. It would like pull the card as you like wave your hand over it to change it. Just so
it's
impractical,
solid.
but like just for video.
I mean, honestly, I kind of love that thing.
Yeah.
Like, if we're talking about a video-based medium, have fun with it. Like, why not?
Yeah, didn't Zach post something yesterday with like
He
the
did.
floating
Oh,
cards, where it just like came from
Yeah.
the sky and then like zipped away? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of miss that era of, I mean, we're going to talk about card magic right now, but like card magic methods and what was kind of seen as fine back then. There was some funny stuff coming out, like some of the Daniel Madsen stuff, some of the Daniel Garcia things, like that one where he pulls a card through a window, or I don't know, methodology. Wayne Houchin stuff. I was watching Wayne Houchin the other day.
Oh, like Sinful?
Sinful with like we would just unironically pull out a Ziploc bag and be like, okay. Now the card's in a Ziploc bag, but like we don't give any more context to that. But that's just like magic. Cards going through things was like so big back then. It doesn't matter what it was or how weird it is that you're carrying like a 3-liter Ziploc bag with you.
I remember doing his
it's
quarter
kinda like a
into
window.
a soda can.
Quarter into can. I watched those videos the other day. It's a great method. It's like
Really good.
It's kind of a perfect magic trick in a way.
Yeah.
And then I looked him up, Wayne Houchin, and he doesn't.
How's he
can't
doing?
find him anywhere. No, there's like one guy on Instagram who's a musician, and his Instagram bio is not the magician, because I think people have been looking for Wayne.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyways, okay, back to Cardistry.
Yeah.
Both
Adam,
of you. I mean,
yeah.
sorry. Go ahead, Kev.
Adam, you were just talking about Cheaters Cheater versus the Cheaters Cheater. Do you think you can like expand on that? Like, what is the difference, or what was?
All right, so we're talking about different eras.
Yeah.
Cheaters Cheater was a website created by this guy named Bone Ho. Depending on who you ask, Bone was a vampire who was 325 years old, I believe.
Yeah.
Or he was a man based in Singapore, about 17 years old or so, depending on who you're asking. But Bone had the flourishing world in an absolute chokehold, and so people would follow this man around the globe, from Cheater's Cheater after it dies to the Cheater's Cheater, and then to the subsequent spots.
Yeah, I remember that both times that those websites appeared and vanished, it was due to some kind of handlords hacking or something. Is that true?
Really?
Huge if true. I cannot speak to that.
Or maybe he just let his domains expire and.
Yeah, no, that sounds way more likely. I don't think that there was some intense hacking from Germans in some forest, but who knows?
Was there like
set
beef
to take you
between
down.
DeVoe and Bone?
Yes.
Depending on the day, yeah.
Depending on the day, there are some old files that Dimitri and Antoine hacked from the handlers forums, which show some disparaging posts from DeVoe about Bone. Yeah, so there are receipts. But
Do you have those? Can we watch those?
I do
Yeah.
have
Can
them.
you read those?
Let me
Where
see.
is that?
Let me see. Well, you guys keep talking. I'll see if I can find this.
Well, okay. I think in the meantime, maybe we'll just hop into like both of your cardistry origin stories. Like, what's the first? Like, I was thinking for old school guys like us, new kids these days, you ask them how they started cardistry, it's like, oh, I saw like the Verts or Fontaine Fam. It's all YouTube based. People like us, we had to like drag our bodies through the mud, maybe see a live performance somehow in the wild of like the 500 cardists that exist in the world, read a book. Like we had to. We feel like we were anointed almost to discover cardistry. What are your cardistry stories?
I got into Magic like 2006-ish, like 2005, 2006. And then at some point, I think I stumbled upon Spring Jam or like Scott and Sean type stuff. Or even like, yeah, some of the Singaporean stuff.
Totally.
And I was like, wow, I'm hooked. And
This
I
is my
stopped doing
life.
Magic. Part of it was also like freshman year of high school, I was best friends with someone, and we were like doing Magic together and learning Magic together. And then we had a falling out. And then
You're like, magic's over.
Exactly.
What happened? What happened?
I I forget honestly. It must have been something like pretty frivolous, but like I don't know. I was like a sensitive little kid back then, and I wouldn't let it down or something. And then I found friendship through technique
Yes.
Damn.
and would spend most of my hours on Me Beam.
Yeah,
Right.
wow.
Frank, are there any people from that area that you remember fondly that just aren't around anymore, that have kind of like gone missing, or that
Yes. I
any
mean,
shout outs?
my homie Mark,
Mark?
who I made a video with when
Canadian
I
God.
visited Toronto. Like I met him, Gary, Eric.
Gary!
Honestly, all of them.
Yeah,
People don't realize how fucking cool Mark was.
yeah.
Like he
Mark
was the
was the
definition of
best.
style.
Who's Mark?
Yeah, his videos.
They don't exist anymore. Not a lot of people. If you like, I feel like Aviv might have taken a lot of style inspiration from Mark's stuff. They kind of came up at the same time, but he was very Aviv-y. A lot of card spins, a lot of like card behind the back stuff.
Did,
Kind of
did
like
Mark have a username or something? I don't remember him.
I think he might have been Fade Orange,
Fade Orange.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
the
his
coolest
videos
thing.
also, yeah, exactly. I was gonna say like the little like little lines to go with the edits.
Yeah,
and
little
stuff.
swirl
Now I know where we are.
lines.
Got it.
Music selection was on point. Yeah, it's a real shame. I've looked everywhere for those videos on YouTube.
Have you
Are they
asked
not
Matt
on
Fox?
YouTube anymore?
I can't find them
I
on YouTube.
thought that they were still there. At least like we filmed the jam video and he edited and posted it, and I believe that's still on.
Yeah,
I could take a look.
yeah. No, Mark was the
But
truth.
same with Eric. Like I loved Eric's editing style as well. Like so in your face.
I mean, Gary A. also just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss them.
Damn, Fade Orange. I haven't heard that.
Yeah, that
name
conjured
in a
memories I
long
didn't know I had.
time.
Yeah. So speaking of origins, Adam, you got started into this world by watching a certain mask-wearing magician. Isn't that
I
true?
did, yeah, Jeff McBride. What
Tell
up,
us
Jeff?
about it.
No way.
All right, so I was probably like 9 years old, something like that, and I'm watching TV early morning, and I'm watching an act where a guy's eyes blink red, on, off to the music, and then he turns around and he's wearing a different mask, and then he passes his hand over and it's a different mask, and he keeps going, and now there's cards, and it was one of the craziest acts I've ever seen to this day. Shout out Jeff McBride. And from there, I just realized what you could do with these cards and how impactful they could be.
Damn, you have a Kabuki mask origin story.
I do, which is truly like the strongest.
That's like the most potent elixir
Yeah.
of starting cardistry. I think is the Jeff McBride vaccine.
For sure, for sure.
Good stuff. Okay, well then, how did you both? Well, Adam, then did you just naturally progress to finding?
Yeah,
forums,
you
like
go
seeing
through the
what's on the
thing of
internet?
like saying, maybe I shouldn't be the guy that does magic. Maybe that shouldn't be how people know me. And then from there, just got into a more skill-based fun time.
Right. Did you both also have a period where you stopped doing cardistry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of what was the progression there? Did it just kind of grew out of it a little bit, or?
I kind of like quit once Technique was closed down. And in my head, at the time, I was like, can Cardistry grow? Like, this is the end of Cardistry with the closing of Technique. And then I was just like, went to college and like didn't really think about it until Brooklyn Cardistry Con happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't go. I wasn't there, but I reached out to Aviv, and we hung out after Brooklyn Cardistry Con. Because I was just like, Aviv, it's been so many years. Like, we used to, like, me beam all the time, and it was really nice to see him again.
Nice.
And he was showing me, like, yeah, there's this guy Tobias, like, watch this video. Like, I completely missed out on, like, Tobias and, like, Oliver, like, getting into the game.
For sure.
And even some of, like, the early Fontaine stuff as well. I completely missed it.
Yeah,
But it was really nice to see that the art form just continued and grew while I was away.
yeah. and
Brendan,
it's
were you around to
interesting-
see that happen?
Oh yeah, Adam.
Oh, no, you're good. Brendan, you also kind of disappeared for a little bit. So were you around as Tobias and Oliver were kind of like starting their ascent?
No, I'd poke my head in every so often, but Tobias, Oliver, and Nikolai, for all I knew, were just the same person, basically.
Yeah, I kind of had a similar situation where, like, yeah, I saw that there were things happening in the periphery
Yeah.
and didn't really know what was happening. Like, saw that there were cuts going on that were, like, interesting, but didn't really pay it much mind. And then,
Totally.
now, here we are.
In a weird way, and this might be a hot take, but being unburdened is the wrong word, but having Technique shut down and being kind of like having this out of this like obsession and like my life being able to move on to new things and me be able to fully commit my time to new things, I think was actually quite healthy. Because in a way, cardistry, it's kind of like the only, if you really want to be good at cardistry, it's kind of all you can focus your time into. You can obviously do other things, but it takes a lot of dedication. So I've sometimes thought of like, what if cardistry ended back then? Like, maybe what would we have done? Like, maybe we would have invented Tesla or something. Something like that. Of course, I love cardistry to death, but yeah, it was kind of like an interesting reckoning, I think. Because, like, everybody quit. Like, so many people quit. Not everybody, but a lot of people quit.
This is
That's
the
a
first
great
time
point.
people thought cardistry was dead.
Yeah, like, that's how I
Yeah.
learned how to make music, is I didn't have anything to do, so I started producing.
I learned social skills.
Yeah, I learned how to like
Right.
use my words and like
Yeah.
communicate with people. But
Frank,
no,
I think we still kept in touch after Technique went down through like Last FM, right? Because
Oh yeah, for sure. Last
like,
FM.
would recommend music and films to each other. I picked up
Yeah,
a lot
lists
of good
of
movie
lists.
recs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely were. Yeah, I looked up to you a lot back in the day, and I think you got me into movies as well.
Oh, nice.
Just like watching them a lot.
I saw that you recently screened Inland Empire for some friends at your Long Movies event. Like,
Yes.
did you hear about it through me back in the day, or was it just like a personal discovery?
I think I did hear about it through you back in the day. I think like a lot of my film like knowledge was through you, and yeah, it was nice to rewatch it because like I just watched it that once in high school and it gave me nightmares.
It's a scary movie.
It's so scary.
Terrifying.
So it's it was nice to revisit it with friends as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been fun making this little long movie club.
Adam, when did you get to know Frank? Like, were you aware of each other during the Technique days, or was it only later
I don't
that
remember
you guys
exactly
reconnected?
what year it was, but it was probably
2008.
2000. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say 2006. That sounds right. 'Cause
I'm
I
trying
was
to
in high school,
remember.
I think.
Were you?
Were you
Yeah,
not?
you were the first cardist I met, I think. Or
I had
was
met
it? Or was
Kevin
it
before
Patrick
that, I think.
Warjax?
That was
I
when
think
we
I
went
might
to
have met-
Vassar, and we saw that guy on the unicycle.
Yeah, it was either the jam that we had with Steve,
hmm
Or I did meet Patrick Forjax.
Oh,
Wow.
Four
Point.
Jacks. Wow.
I know,
What a
right?
throwback.
The goat.
Yeah, it was him and Ross McCourt.
Ross McCourt.
Ross. He's kind of making waves now with the Magic scene, isn't he?
Is he?
Is he?
Maybe it's a different Ross.
I remember last I remember from Ross was he had this screaming ambitious card. Do you guys know about that?
What?
No.
It's just basically, you know how every magic trick has like a magic moment, whether it's like waving your hand or like snapping your fingers or breathing on the card. Well, he would do a double lift, put the card back in the deck, and then he would like just belt out this loud scream at the cards, and then turn over the top card, and it would be on top. Very iconic.
Scaring your audience, a magical moment.
Yeah.
Wait, is Ross British?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah, okay. But here we are now.
Yeah.
And yeah, caveat, the thing I said before about it being nice to quit. I can't quit. This is like, I'm very happy to be back.
That's good.
But, yeah. Yeah, and then when did you two sit down and decide to make a business together? With the Bloc?
That must have been around
been, like-
2016 or so.
Yeah, late 2016. Once I got back from Sweden. Yeah, I think I just had this idea of just like it was specifically wooden playing cards for a while, and I was just like talking about it with Adam, and then Adam was just like, I threw down some money, and I was like, really?
I was like, this is a reality that could happen. We could live this reality. This could happen.
Yeah, I was like, cool. Thank you for liking this idea.
I mean, that's all you need sometimes, right? Just some like encouragement and support. That's good.
Yeah, and yeah, we've turned it into something more than what I had imagined. Because now it's not just wood. Like it makes so much sense. The marble, the plush. I love that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I think the good faith that you guys have built up over the years too, it's like a true, almost like indie brand in a way, and Bloc has no haters, just lovers. I know a lot of like a lot of brands hit a point where there's like people just start hating them for some reason, but I think Bloc has purely love and true loyalists to it. So you two have made something quite special with that
Well,
brand.
thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good on you.
Yeah, we're just doing it, out of the love of the game, and so like that
Totally.
definitely helps.
Totally.
And they will never have borders.
Yeah, shout out. No borders.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing people will be like, I want one with borders. Like, no. That's not what it's about.
It's completely antithetical to the brand's premise.
Exactly.
Nice.
Adam, you have done something recently which is really cool, which is that I think at the end of last year you started these cardistry trends that were going around on Instagram. You started off with the giant spring train,
Yep, sure.
continued with Cobra, and then arm spreads. So, would you mind talking a little bit about that, the experience, just like how it came about, like what it was like to kind of spearhead such a momentous moment? And,
Well, it was pretty cool.
yeah.
Start there. Yeah, basically, I realized that there's a lot of moves that people don't do. There's a lot of moves that people do, and they usually look something like this, some kind of a cut-based thing. But there's not a lot of people doing stuff that looks big and is outside of a box that's kind of this big, somewhere around your crotch. And so I was trying to just aggressively suggest to people that they should try operating outside of that box.
Right. And what do you think made the trend so, for lack of a better word, like viral within the community? Do you think it was the multi-tagging aspect that people were able to like?
Well, I wouldn't say it was
called them out?
necessarily organic. I was in the shadows, shouting at everyone. So it wasn't just that people were, by their own volition, posting these things. It was me in the background saying, hey, where are you? You haven't posted Spring yet. Hey, buddy, how's it going? And yeah, sometimes you need to bully your friends into a movement, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, you were relentless.
I know. I got a DM from you, and I was
You
like, well,
literally pushed me. You pushed me to my limit. Well, I was like, I can't handle it anymore. I'm just gonna post it so he leaves me alone. I'd wake up. It'd be like 6 in the morning, and you'd already been like, "Wake the fuck up! It's a new day."
Yeah, because honestly, like, if people don't do that kind of thing, there's nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, you need someone to kind of like whip stuff up. And so I was just out there whipping some stuff up.
That's old school tough love.
Yeah.
It's a very XCM mentality for sure. I like it though because I think we as a community, like, we have lost the baseline thread that everyone is expected to be able to do. Like, back in the day, every single cardist could do L cuts, big spring, all that stuff. Like, that was mandatory. Like, that's just how you started. But there's so many different paths and permutations of how you can become a cardist now that the true, like, roots, I think, that have built this community are a bit lost now. So sometimes you just gotta let them know. Get your big spring game up.
I mean, honestly, for me, like, the fact that people can't do one-hand fans like that blows my mind. That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's like it's an
Wait,
abomination.
really?
What other?
Don't ask me to do a 360.
What other moves were kind of like staples that everyone could do back then that you think have kind of been lost to time?
Good question.
I think the Elijah flares were more common back in the day.
They were so good.
Ty would do.
Like that?
Yeah, I didn't answer that question before, but Elijah Kai is definitely one who I would like to summon back, because super cool.
Two-hand comboing has changed completely because of the, like, Pincho and Lego Love, kind of like isolated hand movements and stuff.
Yeah, as opposed to like.
Bring back flares.
Bring back some flares.
Bring back sound effects in videos.
Yeah.
Bone and
Or
Gambit.
in real life too.
True. I remember when Bone would do Cobra, he would actually like make the Cobra music sounds. He'd be like,
But yeah, I thought it was fun. That's the short of it. I did it because I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And do you have plans to continue it with more moves down the line, or is it kind of,
Who knows? The world's a crazy place. If and when we need some time to have some fun, it might pop up.
Okay. Very cool.
No official rules. Not saying yes, not saying no, but we'll see.
Good. Adam, Instagram updated their app recently, and it changed all the 1-1 grids to 4-5, and so your entire Kerch Films grid is fluid.
Thanks for calling that out. Word sick.
So, do you have a workaround, or do you just like? That's.
I mean, like, there is a way to do it. Have I done it? No. It's annoying. It's upsetting. It is what it is. I'm not gonna change it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Like, you can go into each photo and like tap a bunch of things and make it so
so
that
much
it looks
work,
nice.
though.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, if
So
you
yeah,
think
Kerch
about
Film,
it,
I don't know, whatever.
yeah, if you think about it, our entire community right now is at the mercy of Meta. Like with Instagram, if Instagram goes down, like much of our universe is gonna go kaput.
I mean, yes and no. Like we were just talking about before, like, a phoenix from the ashes, something will come up.
TikTok. Little red bug.
Little red balls.
I think it would be nice for cardistry to go completely offline for like a year. Like, people don't stop doing cardistry.
I kind of agree.
They
There's a
just
lot
add
of here in New York. We've been doing a lot of meetups, and so that's really cool that you can talk about cards with your friends in person.
Yeah.
And real life, whole different thing. Like, it's
Totally.
great to talk with you guys, but like, it's different if we were all chilling at the same table.
Totally.
The camera pulls back and we are.
And we are.
It's an okay go moment. Like this Zach King, Kevin Perry just pull off the separators.
I think a lot are okay. Tell me if you guys have had these thoughts too, but sometimes I think like, say I was to be cast away. I was on an airplane. Plane goes down. Everyone dead. I'm on an island alone. I have a deck of cards. How long? Like I'd be fine. I think in my head, I think I could last like like
Yeah, like
20
food,
years.
water, withstanding.
I figured that out, but like I think I'd be totally perfectly happy.
All right, so here's the situation. You get dropped on an island. You have 2 grosses of playing cards. And then a whole bunch of beef jerky
Yeah,
and fresh water.
exactly.
And that's all you got.
Yeah, Soylent.
They're blue seals. You're good.
Yeah,
They're Aladdin, so they can stand the tropical weather.
exactly. I've also thought too, if you landed and you didn't have cards, would I be able to whittle my own deck of cards from like a tree?
Oh.
So we're taking leaves and we're getting them to the right thickness.
Yeah,
This
Totally.
is a reality show in the making.
exactly. Or if you sent,
Yes.
take a cardist, they're pretty good. Send them to prison for 10 years. They have no access to like the current meta, but they have
just
all the
pushing
fundamentals.
Up playing cards
They're
the whole
just
time.
they're just like doing cardistry for like 15 hours a day, but they have no other like reference to what's happening in cardistry. Would they come out as the greatest cardist of all time?
Right. All that training.
I'm gonna say yes.
So,
I'm gonna go so far as to say yes.
so that's why you got to be careful
Yeah.
around cardists, because
Yeah.
we like even if we lose everything, I think we're like fine if we got cards.
Yeah, I mean, we've all been through it. Like, you're not allowed to bring cards with you somewhere, but you pull out your wallet and assemble like a little stack of credit cards and
Yeah, at
metro
work I'd be
passes.
going
So now
crazy
you're
with the
sibling.
coasters.
Coasters. Yeah, that's another good one.
Yep.
I
Eating
want to
crackers, and now you're just doing some Triscuit stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to talk to the both of you about some of your pop culture involvements. Frank, you were a consultant on the Card Counter,
Hey.
where you coached Oscar Isaac on Cardistry. So how was that?
That was an awesome experience. He was such a sweet guy. It was really. I just like had never thought cardistry would take me to this point of entering Oscar Isaac's penthouse apartment in New York City and just like chill with him in his dining room, just like teaching him how to do backdrop.
That's so dope. And thank you for introducing him to Backdrop. I was so stoked to see that in the trailer. I was like Leo DiCaprio, be like, that's my
Yeah, he does it in the trailer. That's crazy. You're right.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. It was a really fun experience.
Was he easy to teach? Like, did he pick up the moves pretty like quickly? Was
Yeah, I mean, so I had 5 sessions with him, and each session was like an hour and a half, 2-ish hours long. And yeah, he was able to, pick some things up. A lot of it was also like choreographing one specific scene. Have you all seen it?
No, I've only seen the trailers.
Yeah, there's like this one scene where he's just like spreading a deck of playing cards and kind of just like producing the card as well and stuff like that. Yeah, he was like really open and down to learn, which is really sweet to see.
That's great. Yeah, I'm so stoked.
Did you teach him dump?
I don't know why I did not.
Bro.
Be like, yo,
Because he had no reference. You could be like, this is the best card of all time.
This is the most classic card.
This is the class. It's called dump.
yeah, pull out your Sybil Award. Pull out the Sybil Award.
Yeah, that could have been in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm kind of him.
God damn it.
Next time.
Yeah, one of my biggest life regrets.
Solid life then. I mean,
You just keep him dump in like all the variations.
Adam, you on your end, you were involved with the Mark Ronson video.
I was. Yep. So I was at a card table. I was a dealer. They got me doing a spring. I think there's some Sybil in there.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
vest
fun.
on.
Did
right?
you choose the
I had a
moves?
vest on. I still have that vest, I think.
They let you keep the vest.
Yeah. I did not choose the moves. It was kind of just like, all right, so here's the situation. We're going to do a steady cam. We're going to pull back and then just do something. So I did a few different takes, and they just took whatever.
Nice. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Adam, you are and have been a big proponent of quote the Bible, not the Bible
Oh, yeah.
Bible, but like
Yeah, man.
you have it on hand. There we go, the EOPCF. For the uninitiated, this is the Encyclopedia of Playing Card Flourishes.
Yeah, what's
by
up? What's the
Gary.
question? Let's get ready.
Yeah. Can you do that scene from Suits where you're like, name a page, and then you just list off.
I did that the other day. I think it was Linus who was at my house, and we mentioned springs, and so I just opened it straight to springs, and he was just like, whoa. But yeah, love this thing. What's up? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like, there's a lot of hidden gems in the book, obviously. Most notably, the entire book only has one symbol variation in its entire breadth.
Okay, yeah, so that is true. I don't know where the two-hand cut section is, but one of the most devilish thing about that cut is that you have to turn the page so that you're in like a six-packet display,
Yeah.
and now you have to turn the page. Like, what? Who does that?
That's where the loom training comes in. You got to use your feet
Yeah,
to turn the
toe
page.
comes
Yeah,
out.
you got to use your nose.
It's the tower cut.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
What's the
symbol
tower
for-
cut?
It's like a
this-
symbol that comes out with an extra weird packet.
Yeah, like I think it starts off with a packet in this grip, and then
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you know, with more packets in this position and transferring.
But yeah, I thought it would be kind of interesting if, you have some, one of these kids these days read this thing, go week by week, learn something new all the time.
Yeah, Andrew wrote an article for me on Who Shuffles Like That back in 10 years ago
Sure.
called Back to Basics, where he
Yep.
referenced a few items from the encyclopedia and how they influence things like his, I think, pincer rotators and piano cuts and keyboard cuts. He doesn't call it that, I call it that. But
Wait, which one's keyboard cuts?
what's keyboard
Is that just piano cuts?
it's like a turning piano cut. So he does like this here, he turns this packet, and then goes like that.
Oh, with is it with the revolution in it?
Yeah, it has like a mini revolution-esque moment
Gotcha.
that turns one of the packets perpendicular, and then it continues a sort of piano cut movement.
Yeah, if we were going to have some kind of modern day XEM challenge, he would be one of the judges. He'd be up there
Yeah,
in a cloak.
Darian, good old Darian.
Is there like a video of everything that's in the encyclopedia?
Almost.
There's
yes.
several. Yeah.
There's 4 DVDs that Jerry put out, where he performs pretty much everything from. It's
And
called
more.
Encyclopedia cover to cover. I think that's what
Yep.
the series
Oh, wow.
is called.
And yeah, he does everything basically that's in the book, and then variations on it. So
Yes.
yeah, dude throws
Oh.
down.
He also teaches
That's
you how to
kinda sick.
powder a deck of cards in a very funny.
He also
segment.
does live performances where he'll do like a 60-second uncut or like a 90-second uncut where dude's
That's true.
shredding for a straight 60 seconds. It's unbelievable. Dude will hit like 3 overhead springs back to back to back and then do something else.
unprecedented.
Yeah.
What a
Truly.
G. What
He's
a
kind
G.
of like, he kind of reminds me of J.K. Simmons' character in Whiplash. Because he dresses the same too. He has
Fletcher?
Like
Yeah.
Fletcher, yeah. He has
Yeah.
the tight black shirt, like the trousers with the belt tucked in, and kind of like sinewy, beefy. And he's really just telling you to step your shit up.
Were
Yeah,
you
dude
rushing
was
or were
diabolically
you
on it.
dragging?
Yeah, are you rushing the L cuts or are you dragging? I wonder what his, like, if he had a mentor before.
Honestly, like any cardist living or dead, Jerry Sazowski for me.
For sure.
I can't even so much to talk about with that man.
Yeah. I really hope somehow, or maybe it exists anyways, but like someone can. These people, like these legends, deserve to be like truly interviewed. Like have a New York Times follow around interview. Like we need to preserve their legacy and learn from them. I feel like there's so much mystery to these people.
So I actually sent a DM to DeVoe about a month ago, and I said, DeVoe, I need your help. Please help me contact Jerry Sazowski. And then he looked at it and never responded. So I'll try again at some point. But yeah, I think that might be a dead end.
Yeah. I wonder if there's any... Because are there any online websites? Like, does Vanishing Ink sell his book?
Library.com does.
Maybe they have a line to
LYBRARY.
contact him.
Oh, that would be in a PDF form?
Yeah, they have it in PDF form, I believe. They also have
Yeah,
the
if
DVDs.
you're buying
and digital
PDFs, they have to
downloads.
send the money somewhere,
That's what
right?
I'm thinking.
All right, so here's the thing. We have some kind of a con where we break into library and extract the address.
Yeah.
Omen's
It's the only
11.
way forward.
Omen's 11.
Almost 11. We've assembled a crew, and we all have the exact same skill set.
We all look about the same. We're all about the same height.
We all can only shuffle cards. Yeah. Fine. I mean, do we even know where he lives? Like what state he's in?
Last I heard, he was in Colorado.
Yeah, but that was based on 2003 information, so like I can't really, with any sort of confidence, tell you.
That's true.
Yeah, we need the preservation of the goats.
Yeah, as of 2002, he was in Denver, but
Denver.
that's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he must be in his like 70s now, right?
He's getting up there, yeah.
So yeah. Okay, we'll keep trying.
I'll keep trying.
DeVoe, if you're
I need
listening,
to
I know you're
see-
not, but
Oh, he's there somewhere. He's
Respond
just
to
in the
Adam.
shadows, just polishing his blade.
Just silently hating.
That wasn't really his way. He wasn't necessarily the most silent of haters.
No, he was pretty vocal.
Yeah, he was fairly aggressive. People knew.
It was like pretty classic hate. Like he would say it with his mouth to you. Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him as a kid.
Yeah, what happened to them as a kid?
Where did all this hate come from?
Yeah.
That's the first Cardistry feature. It's a slow roll where we unpack DeVoe von Schneiderach, and we find the man behind.
Yeah, it's like, isn't there like a movie? There's a movie. It's about some dictator that performed like all these atrocities, and the documentarians kind of dupe him into thinking they're making a documentary about like, his life.
Isn't it the act of killing?
The act of killing,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
actually kind of like exposing him to the atrocities that he did and make him come to terms with like the terrible things he did. Maybe we do that with DeVoe. Just flash all the the hate comments. That he used to Single tear rolls down his cloak.
All these people quit because of you.
Yeah. It'd be such a good... Because imagine, like, you didn't even realize it's DeVoe, and, like, you're just at David Bear's house. And he's like,
just
oh,
find
can you, like,
yourself
grab
in
me the
Colorado.
Cheerios from the cupboard? And you open it, and it's just, like, a cloak and dagger and, like, a deck of, I don't know...
Blades.
Just a really chunky ring.
the chunkiest ring you've ever seen. And, like, a signed photo of Q from Extreme Beginners.
Q.
Yo, it's Q. Yeah. Anyways, what the hell were we talking about?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, but we should talk about the forum some more.
Yeah. Who was? Were you active on the forum? Like, were you both like commenting in the forums? Do you remember?
Oh, I'd be in there.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah.
Is there any like any really active members from those forums that aren't in the community anymore that you can remember?
I miss Cerberus.
Cerberus he still chimes in. He's watching.
Yeah, he comments every now and then, but he was great.
He's the one who would do
Deflare?
like a triple one-hand flare or one-hand fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eric?
yeah, Eric Deflare.
Deflare.
Yeah, he had that fan shot that was so sick.
DFS.
wild.
Yeah, it's hard as hell.
I haven't thought about that in years. Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't know.
great move.
Deflare. There was a guy called Vinny. You remember
Vinny.
Oh,
Vinny
yeah.
C.
He then went on to be in some web series.
Was
Oh.
he? Yeah, he was because he was a moderator.
Oh, he was
Yeah, I don't
moderator
remember
on
what it
Theory
was.
11, right?
Yes.
He was in. It wasn't the League. It was something else.
We had a face reveal for Vinny.
Vincent Casso,
I mean, there's also Andre Chick,
of course.
right?
Money's Are Us.
Money's
Yeah.
on us. But he wasn't really posting in the forums, was he?
Only on Theory, I think.
Who else did we have in there?
Sebastian Scouron!
Yeah.
Vinny C.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell?
But yeah, definitely Sebastian. That spinny little dude.
Yeah, Seb was he was kind of a revolutionary figure. Some of the moves
Yeah.
he was doing.
Oh, Vinny C was on The Guild. That's what the series was called.
Ooh.
The Guild.
Yeah.
The Guild.
Yeah, Sebastian Scouron and Kuso and Dimitri had that one video. I think it was called like Sexy Time or
Sexy
something?
time.
Sexy Time, yeah. Legendary.
Yeah, forums were crazy because it was a way of talking about the thing you like without really showing it, right? Like, that's not a thing that really exists anymore. Instagram, you're looking at the thing, there's comments below, but then you can look through and find what they're up to. But on a forum, you don't really know what's up.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was nice to have, like, people kind of have a brain blast question and they just post and you discuss it. There's not really that many.
And you can reference it later, like you can search and find the topic that we're talking about.
Totally.
That was
Totally.
cool.
Also, that like as a new cardist, stumbling upon it and then discovering this like trove of old topics and things that you could go through was so exciting. Like endless. There's like endless content you could read into.
Yeah. Yeah, centralization in general, very interesting for cardistry.
Totally.
Made it really simple. Didn't have to go to 1,000 different people's individual Instagram pages. This
sure.
is the homepage of cardistry, and
For sure.
that's what it was.
It is getting a bit better though. I find there are more and more discussions under certain posts on Instagram,
Yep.
and people. There's like some great minds in the community now too. Like people are really
sure.
heady about this stuff. But there's just less like preservation, I think, because social media seems so fleeting in a way. Even though it's forever, it just like it's there and then it's gone, kind of, because the thing keeps moving. So, yeah.
Anyone not know what the Cardistry Reddit is like these days?
No.
I hate it there.
It's- I check in every now and then because I'm a mod, and usually it's just people posting their moves and being like, "What do you think?" Sometimes it'll be good, sometimes it won't
Yeah.
be, and the upvotes will reflect it accordingly. Some people ask questions. There was a post recently criticizing Best Cardist Alive for being called Best Cardist Alive. They said that it doesn't make
This
sense.
is preposterous.
They said it doesn't make sense. That
Like, because there's an
any-
asymptote, there is no greatest.
Yeah, something like that.
Checkmate, Pat. Change the name.
Better Cardist Alive.
Cardist alive. It is a very good resource for beginners, though it seems. The subreddit.
Yeah, they got a sticky post at top where you can check out like certain tutorials and whatnot, and so that's a good reference point.
For sure.
But yeah, like there's it can be difficult to find out where to start these days if you're a beginner in cardistry, because sometimes the algorithm on YouTube doesn't give you the best results for where to begin.
It's really hard to find stuff on YouTube, like old
Yeah.
stuff.
I think Square Up's doing a great job on TikTok of providing their little shorts.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah, Square Up, Cardistry Core. There are some good, like, smaller community hubs that I think. Where we're at now is a lot better than where we've been at over the past few years, I think. It feels more centralized than it's ever been, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, I think
So-
a lot of that is due to in-person meetups, though, right? Because like you have a lot of people that are actually seeing each other
Totally.
and having that exchange. And so, like, while that is true that we do have, Best Cars Alive, Cardistry, Core, but yeah, it's because like you have core groups of people in different places that come up together. I think.
For sure. I think, and like having like Zach's back with the clubhouse or the store looks good, and people like immediately flocked back. So having the kind of the
Yep.
West Coast LA scene back or like centralized again is amazing. New York is like holding it down right now. I feel like
Yeah, Cardistry is up in New York for sure.
Cardistry's up in a big way in New York. I think the community always benefits when there are kind of like these powerhouse centralized countries or cities
Yep.
or something that are really just kind of pushing things forward. Like we had Singapore back in the day, Scandinavia as a whole. I just lumped them all in together back in the day. I guess it was kind of just Singapore back in the day. Was like,
Oh yeah,
was
for
the
sure.
one holding it
Yeah.
down.
But like we've seen stuff in Mexico for sure. Like there's
Mexico,
definitely been
yeah.
different pockets that have picked up, and yeah, I think
For sure.
that's kind of what we see.
Definitely. Japan now too, actually.
Yeah.
Japan
Oh, yeah.
going absolutely
China?
bananas. China's going crazy. Everyone's going crazy.
China's, yeah,
yeah.
kids these days.
Kids these days.
Kids these
Because that video, Koliate, was just posted by Looney Ghost. I'm so bad with Instagram names. But there was this guy, I think he's Chinese, shaved head, posted a video, super stylish.
Yeah, so good.
You know the one I'm
Yeah,
talking about,
huge
Frank?
fan of
Yeah.
really a ton of the stuff that's coming out of China.
Yeah.
There's some
I love
crazy
his
things
stuff.
happening.
It's really cool to see, like, there's just been like a moment, I think, where there's now like a really distinctive style to certain regions and stuff, which is very old school as well. And I think that's really strong for the community as well. Like, you have Instagram and things to amplify internationally, but you're also like really refining this specialized form of style and cardistry in your own region. Love to see it.
Cardistry, we're so back.
We're kind of back.
back.
I think we're way
We're
up.
so
right now.
back
We're
right
like
now.
so up.
So back.
It was so dark for so long. We're
I
back.
really love the contests that have been happening.
Totally.
Like Lotus singles, missing battles, stuff like that.
The quality of the entries too is ridiculous. Some of the moves that are being posted are like,
Yeah, like you guys all saw Dobby's Houdini, right?
Mm-hmm.
The escaping
Yeah.
packet.
yes. Yeah. Yeah, Dabby and Santiago.
Santiago, yeah.
Yeah, they be whipping those cards around.
Yeah, are they the
Like
next
those
Dan and
cards
Dave?
owe them rent.
They might be the next Dan and Dave. They might. Well, actually, it's Dan and Dave, and then Scott and Sean, and then Dobby and Santiago.
Yeah. Scott and Sean are my brotherly goats, I think.
So, Frank, you were saying you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about live performance at Cardistry with people. So I remember, I think, like, was it you who did, like, some in-person competition
did,
back
yeah.
in the day?
Not
What
a
was that like?
competition. The competition was Jazzbus, but I did a live set at this place in Toronto. Like, there's a bit of it featured in Portal Playground 2, and Matty Gilbert introduced me on stage, and then I did like a 15-20 minute set just doing
Oh, wow.
flourishes for a live audience.
20 minutes?
20
I think it was more like
minutes.
15, but it was a mixture of me talking and performing different bits from different genres of cardistry. The whole thing's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like-
yeah.
I forget the name of the video, but it's on there.
Yeah, you're
And
hitting
have
some,
you
like,
done
moves,
more
too.
since?
No.
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 So, do you guys know about what's going on at the Art of Play store on Fridays and Saturdays? Are you
69
aware of what's going
69
down?
Atlantic?
Yeah. So, one thing that I've been trying to put the seeds out for is the idea of live cardistry performances at 69 Atlantic. So, to make some kind of an evening show with, 5 to 7 of your favorite New York cardists doing I was thinking more like a 2 minute set or like a 3 minute set, not 15. 15's crazy.
Yeah, 15's nuts.
Yeah.
That sounds
I
like
haven't
Yeah,
watched
that
that
great idea.
sounds
because
like
yeah,
an
15
awesome
minutes.
idea.
Like I don't know 15 minutes worth of anything.
I
I mean,
a lot of
I've
it's talking, so.
so the reason I asked this because like I've in the past year, here in Philly, like I'm kind of I'm friends with a lot of people in the DIY scene, and I have done a couple performances.
Mm.
Like, like my first one was like a friend was just like, "Hey, I'm having an album release show. Like, do you think you would want to do Cardistry?" And I was like, "Sure, let's do it." And she was like improvising beats in the background, and I was just like kind of
Sick.
going with the flow, and had like this progression of like starting off with one-handed and like going from there. And I've and then since then I've like also done like similar things. And I was just curious if you guys have ever done anything similar, or like,
No,
it's
that's
like I feel like it's a great way to get people more into cardistry as well.
for sure. I had someone reach out to me a couple years ago. He's a musician, and he was doing a live performance. He's like a pianist, and he wanted some like card person doing stuff along with his performance, but it'd be like camera based. So there'd be like a camera that was projecting the hands, which I think is like also a kind of an unexplored style of live performance. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like the in person with no, like it's just you on stage performing, the cards are just so small, right? Sometimes.
Yeah.
So like if it's projected, there's like a lot of angles there, literally and metaphorically, to perform. But no, I've never done that. I would love that idea though.
Yeah. I'm just like curious about how cardistry plays in your real life with lay people, I guess.
Yeah. I talk about it all the time, but I just never perform.
Really?
Yeah,
That's very interesting.
totally. Well, because like
Yeah,
people
I mean, I
will
don't
ask.
show people things unless I'm in my own home, basically. Like, if I have cards around my home and they see cards and they ask, then sure, game on.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things too, where it's like I think some of the modern way of connecting with someone is to get their social media. So if they're like, "Oh, what's your Instagram?" and then I'll be like, "You're about to see some stuff
Some shit.
that I'm into,
Some shit.
that I'm like really into. Just be aware." And then
And they tap on it and they see the long zipper video.
yeah, then they see me just bare ass.
They just see Uzumaki.
Uzumaki. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you never know who in your life might actually be into it and want to learn.
For sure.
Like when I had the me and Leo and Quentin and Linus, we had like a Philly jam a couple weeks ago, and yeah, like a couple of my regular friends just like showed up wanting to learn. And
It's fun.
it
Everybody's
seems like people like are really into it
people
and
are
want to
always
continue
down
to
to
learn.
learn. Even just
Yeah.
starting with like I've been teaching just people the riffle and bridge.
Yeah, that hits.
It hits crazy. Like
Did
that
you guys
and then-
see that Billie Eilish featured the Riffle Shuffle in her video for Lunch?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is she
She's
doing
doing
it?
the riffle. Yeah, she's doing the Riffle Shuffle.
But yeah, I mean, like, people have their own nerd stuff. And so, like, if you can tap into that and, like, show them your nerd stuff, yeah, they're in.
And you got to think of it too back to like what activated our brain when we first saw card shuffling. For me, it was like seeing the riffle shuffle. My auntie do riffle shuffle and bridge while playing cards was like, whoa.
Yeah.
You don't need to show them like Jackson 5 head to toe lino cut necessarily. Even just like a pharaoh with like a clean.
Yeah, I guess actually, Frank, when you were talking about the performance, what did your performance change when you were doing it live as opposed to if you were doing it either on video or in a different medium?
I don't think so. I mean, I think like I just have like a progression of just like, here's one genre, here's another genre, here's another genre. I'm not talking about it like I'm just like, I have music in the background while I'm doing it, and it's cool to see the reactions to like certain moves.
Totally.
Alrighty, so we've reached that point in the show where we get to ask you guys what your favorites are. I don't know if you've been tuning in to the previous episodes and stuff, but we used to do like a top 3, and then in the last episode with Kyle and Sprat, we just did like, what's your favorite blank? So, yeah, I'm going to start with Adam, and then we'll go over to Frank, and we'll alternate between the two of you for each of the 4 categories. So, Adam, what is your favorite solo cardistry video?
Ooh. That's tough. There's a few in my brain. I'm gonna go with Sequence.
Oh, Aviv.
Yeah.
Aviv
Tough,
seems to be
but I'm
getting a
gonna
lot
go
of. He seems to be getting a lot of love in our episodes.
Dude, he's the goat.
Understandably,
I mean, I get it.
because
That's
Yeah, I
my
get it.
goat.
He is the goat.
Okay, wait, Adam, I have another side question for you, because
Yeah, let's do it.
you're a camera cinematography god. What is your favorite shot, like, video? Moves aside.
It's
Is it
gotta
also
be
sequence?
something French. I'm not sure what it is, but it's something French.
You talking about like Francois's work?
I am.
Yeah,
So, like, yeah, specifics, I don't know, but that's the circle we're circling around.
for sure. Okay. Good
Something
answer.
French.
Something French.
All right, so Frank, what is your favorite solo video?
Oh, so hard to say. I tend to see myself like whenever I want to watch like a cardistry video, I tend to watch a lot of Noel's stuff.
Yeah.
So like I really like Uno a lot. I love like the playfulness of it, and like that intro with the animation.
Super.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I love that.
Good answer.
Yeah, I think it's always changing, but let's say Uno for right now.
Yeah, today's answer.
Today's answer is Uno.
So, as a logical progression from solo videos, our next one is Adam. What is your favorite collaborative cardistry video?
Oh, it's Vert's easy. Springtime. Or Springtime? What's the one with all the slow motion? Like the real slow motion?
Airtime.
Airtime. Airtime. Vert's. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Thank
every time
you.
goes crazy.
Wow, I haven't thought about that video in a while. I used to watch that one so much.
It goes diabolically hard. Like, I watched it the other day. It goes so hard, it's disgusting. Like, halfway through, it turns up to 15 and goes so crazy.
Or even like what was the one of the earlier ones where what was
Test
that
room?
earlier?
Test room, yeah,
you're-
also, sure.
It's just like it feels like it's one take.
Test room.
That's
right?
test room, yeah.
Yeah, test room.
Did you guys see the
too.
Vitasoy's parody of it, Restroom?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
also,
Airtime, I was
like-
scrubbing through that the other day, and you could see that, like, the viewing stats picks up, like, 2 minutes into the video, which I thought was crazy.
Wow.
Like, nobody does that.
Also XCM
Oh
It's like-
yeah.
goes so hard.
The video, or the move where you, off the knee, one of the best moves ever.
That's got to be Jonas inspired, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Jonas, the Jonas Hagelin trailer or whatever, from Technique.
Yep.
He like
Yeah.
lays the packet on his thing and then flicks it.
Oh my god. Such a.
I love the last one during the credits. Aviv just makes this giant thing.
Yeah,
And-
it's like fucking homunculus of a.
yeah, it's so weird. I love it so much.
Yeah. So good.
But also like Fontaine Forever
Sure.
is
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorite videos because just like again like the playfulness
Totally.
of just people hanging out. Like
Kyle
there's-
also has a giant growing move in that video that he had in another Fontaine video as well. But you know the circular one with the
Bro's got moves. Kyle's got moves.
Kyle's got moves.
Moves that grow.
I hear Kyle has a cut that springs.
Can't talk about that.
This
But
spring.
We
there's
don't talk about that.
Kyle's got moves.
He's got moves.
Adam, what is your favorite move of all time?
The spring. Come on. What are we talking about? No. Okay. So like, honest answer, maybe Lars's move from Pressure Fem. Like,
Oh,
besides Giant Spring, this is one of the
two
best
cards.
ones.
Yeah, how does
Yeah.
that even work?
I
Where
don't
are
know,
those
man,
cards
and I don't
coming
even
from?
want to know.
Where are those popping out of?
Yeah, I don't want to know. Just magic.
Yeah, and Frank, what is your favorite move?
Under pressure.
Under pressure is another good one.
Good stuff.
Love
Yeah.
fans.
There's nothing like it. It's like the most satisfying move to watch and
there
also
is.
do.
It's called Buzzsaw.
Edit that in
Which
post.
I think I learned it.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
So, back to Adam. What is your favorite deck, Adam? If you had to name one besides a block deck.
Well, I think that'd be a Black Tiger.
Black Tigers! Wow!
Oh, man, let's fucking go.
I still have one. I
about
That
still
just was a
have
meme,
one.
to be
Black
honest,
Tiger.
but like, I think Aladdin's would truly actually be the favorite deck.
Black Tiger
I
to the
found a
Aladdin
black
stock?
tiger at a thrift store for $1 recently. It was used, but I bought that shit.
I bet, dude. That was a good
So
deal.
I saw
Yeah.
Linus recently, and he showed up with a Black Tiger deck, and I had a Black Tiger deck, and I looked at his, and they were reprints. I didn't even know they had reprints.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
they
they're
did.
they're still going strong.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, when you
Yeah.
got a powerful IP, you gotta stick with it.
I love.
Oh no, I
Black
pulled
Tigers.
up with the original Illusionist version 1.
Yeah. You know who went so crazy with their trailer for the Black Tigers was Bone.
Yeah.
Bone
Yeah.
dropped an insane Black Tiger
Oh
performance.
yeah.
I mean, we're not talking about DeVoe, who had candles lit on a table,
And the knife.
because that went pretty hard.
Yeah.
Were Black
Both of
Tigers
them.
the OG
Yeah.
designer deck?
Designer
Yeah,
deck.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, shouts out Illusionist. Since you guys did mention like a non-block deck, I'm also interested to know what is your favorite block deck that you've produced each. Like, Adam, what is your favorite deck from your guys' runs of cards?
Good question, good question. I always liked this one. I thought this was just a great classic deck.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Which
maybe
one
this
was? Which one did Chris Ramsey shout out as his favorite of the year?
That was Marble.
Marble.
I don't have one of those like in close by, but yeah, Marble.
Nice. And Frank, what's your favorite block deck?
Probably the rosewood as well.
It's a good one.
Fun fact about Rosewood: if you're in dealer script and you look at where your index finger is,
Hey, is that?
and all of our decks have that little Easter egg.
Really? Wow.
Go look for it. Check it out.
So, final category. Adam, what is your favorite cardist? Who is your favorite cardist? More so.
That's impossible. There's a whole bunch of people.
Well, just name a few that come to mind.
All right. Well, I think like stylistically, Macalco does some really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go with Macalco.
Good answer.
Had a great final in Hong Kong. That move he does with the Pharaoh that turns into the giant square.
Oh yeah,
Arm spread.
dude's
Yeah.
nuts.
He's kind of also just posting the craziest slight cardistry crossover moves, like consistently.
Yeah, what I like to think of is like if I was good, like Macalco.
He's like one of the most stylish cardists of all
Yeah,
time.
if I could absolutely shred, Macalco.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Frank, how about you? Who's one of your favorite cardists?
Probably James Chesmore.
James Chesmore?
Aw, shouts out James.
Classic.
I miss him.
Um,
And he just had so many good ideas.
yeah.
So many good ideas. And I hope he's cooking to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope he's doing
didn't,
well.
Cardistry Core recently post James Chesmore throwback?
Yeah, the
Yes.
CCC final from
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
2017.
And it's aged insanely well. Like the moves are
They're so good.
They were way ahead of their time because they almost were 2 out of the box back in the day, but now they fit perfectly into like the current meta, I think, and they just hit differently now. I was just like, I was shocked. I was like, these are. I knew they were good, but they look really good now.
Yeah, he blew past what we were ready for in 2017.
Actually, though, like
Yeah.
literally, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's always thinking out of the box, like so hard, and like it's so inspiring.
Totally, such a sweetheart too.
Yeah.
Love James.
So, thank you guys for answering your about your favorites. We have a list of some questions that we fielded from the general public on Instagram.
Ooh.
So some of the questions are for Adam, some of them are for Frank. Someone asks, Adam, how has cinematography influenced your cardistry?
Excellent question. I don't know that it necessarily did. I came to cinematography kind of through Magic as a way to see what the other side saw. And so, yeah, I don't know if it necessarily influenced the other way, but maybe it did in ways I didn't know.
Cool. Frank, someone asks, how do you wear in poop decks of cards?
How do I wear in?
Yeah. How do you break in
Like
like a
turn-
poop deck of
oh.
cards? I guess
Like
that too.
from a regular deck into a poop deck.
Yeah.
A lot of a lot of riffle shuffles and under pressure, and this is part of cardistry lore because Leo has been spreading this all the time. But
Well, it's true that your decks feel different than basically anyone else.
Dude,
It's
they're
that
like
part is
they've
real.
transcended poop. It's like a whole nother like.
I mean, they're just like, yeah, they're soft, and I think part of the reason is because I have eczema. Just like I have lotion on my hands a lot, and so
Yeah.
it wears them into the paper, and it just like makes it feel soft.
Totally.
Yeah.
I've only felt cards like that, like you and Spencer. Like are
Yeah.
the two, like because Spencer on the other hand had insanely sweaty hands, but he would, and the sweat would infuse into the cards.
Yeah,
You-
my
you
decks are
have
closer
lotion.
to that.
Yeah, but like when you feel
Yeah,
them, it's
every
like
time
these
I
are-
like touch other people's decks, I'm just like, this is how your decks feel like.
Yeah.
It feels so gross.
Because you've also had that like a couple decks of wins for your like
Decade plus.
decade going on.
Yeah, and they still feel great.
Side question: when is too poopy? Like when are you taking your cards out back and telling them about the rabbits?
Of mice and old men.
The funny thing is, like, I've never retired a deck of cards.
That's crazy. Because
Yeah, that's
I don't
a
know if
wild
it's
stat.
post-COVID. I'm a little more germophobic, but when I hit a point where I pick up a deck of cards and it disgusts me, I throw them away.
Yeah, no, I dump them. Yeah, there's a certain place in time where you're just like, this is not for anyone.
Like if I feel like I need to wash my hands, not because they're like dirty already, but
From
because I
touching it?
use the cards after, it's time for them to say bye bye.
I mean, yeah, I did open a new dealer's grip stripe in the past year after opening one from when they first released. And so, like, it's like the second one I've opened from my big box of stripes.
Wow.
That's
Actually, same. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
one deck opened as well.
10 years. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frank, you did throw away the deck of cards that ended up in the laundry, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
So that's your threshold. That's your
Yeah,
threshold.
there you go. I think I still have that somewhere. Yeah, I'm just like trying to, just trying to make a new move with it.
You can do dump to the trash can.
Plump.
Lump.
clump or lump.
Frank, what was it like meeting Asa Akira? Did you get to show her any cardistry?
What?
Yes, so for context, I was hired to do some walk-around cardistry for an event thrown by the Asian Arts Initiative in Philadelphia, which is a nonprofit arts organization, and the director of Asian Arts Initiative at the time is good friends with Aso Kira. And so she was there at it was like the big like gala event, like fundraiser for Asian Arts Initiative. And so, yeah, I was doing walk around cardistry, and I went over to their table. There were like other people at the table, like some other like famous comedians and stuff like that. And it was really cool to be able to show cardistry to them.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
fun.
Did she say anything to you when you were performing?
I mean, I think it was just like, wow, cool, like oohs and ahs kind of stuff.
Nice.
You're like, I'm him.
Yeah, it's cool, like what kind of opportunities cardistry has gotten me,
For sure.
and
Cards
to just like
take you to
share
crazy
the art
places.
form.
I know. Yeah. Like it's so crazy that we've each like had so many opportunities just because of this little stack of paper, you know.
True.
Adam, this question is for you. This person's asking, do you have any tips for people with sweaty palms?
Yeah, I don't know if this one's actually real or not, but the thing that I learned a long time ago is to use cold water right here, around your wrist. I don't know if that's real or if that helps other people.
Like, do you
I don't
wash
do it,
your
but
hands with cold
have
water?
I heard that tip? Sure.
Do you wash your
I
hands
don't
with the
know.
cold water, or you just like
No,
apply
I
it
mean
there?
like from what I was told,
Uh-huh.
years back, it's your little like pressure points, and that cools you down.
Right.
But this is hearsay. I've never done this.
Okay. My dad has sweaty palms and feet, and for a while he used to treat it with like some electrolysis equipment. So he would like
Oh.
have like a water basin for his hands and feet that he would soak his hands in while it sent like a current through them.
Oh
Wow.
wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
helped a
I don't know
little
about that.
Do your palms affect like your cinematography work, Adam? Like, does it affect your grip on your equipment at all?
No, I got normal hands for the most part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I can walk around and use my hands like a normal person.
Okay.
Your own sweaty hand, Adam.
Yeah.
This one's for both of you. When is the next block deck coming out?
Soon enough.
Secret?
Wow. You heard it
Okay,
here
that's
first. But it exists, confirmed.
Okay. Last question's for Frank. Frank, do you still have your infamous Red Wind poop deck?
Yeah, I do. Should I go downstairs and grab it?
You don't have to, but we believe you.
Yeah, that's the deck that I created butter with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think dump as well.
Speaking of which, I wanted to talk to you guys real quickly about molecule variations, because we don't see a lot of those. But Adam, you had a recent resurgence because of Brandon with Molecule 18, and Frank, Dump, and so on are like Molecutie and Butter.
Butter, yeah.
Yeah, they're all kind of molecule variations as well. Like, not a lot of people are starting from that grip to create. Like, you'll see it more often like a Z grip instead of like a molecule starter for people's moves. So, what do you think makes for a good molecule variation?
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet?
Yeah, just a little bop bop. That's what molecules been kind of historically.
Yeah.
Although Molecule 4 kind of set the tone for a lot of modern cardistry, actually.
Like 9 regrips.
Yeah, is it? No, it's pretty smooth, actually. If you can do
Honestly,
it
don't
properly.
remember
There's actually very few regrips if you can do it.
Oh, that's the one with the spin at the front?
Yeah, it's this one. It's like like that. It was like that, I think, or something. Sorry, I messed up the backdrop. It's smooth. I saw that. That changed my brain chemistry a little bit. Jordan Laughing leaked that. I remember. He used to leak.
Yeah.
He used to leak all of their moves, but he just like cut them in a way where he like put the end at the beginning, then like do a different move, and then he cut the middle. He do that all the time. He leaked the S lapel spread. He leaked Jackson 5. Leaked Pandora. He was a leaker, but he was doing them really well, so it was okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think Molecule just like as a base is just like it feels so good in the hands,
Oh, I love it.
and like it doesn't. I don't know, like something like Z Grip, like I don't know, having your corner on like the flat side instead of the corner, like just feels. It just feels more natural to be doing Molecule, so people should be doing it more.
Cool. So I think that's pretty much our show. Do you guys want to give any like shout outs to where people can find you on social media? Like any projects that you're working on?
Shout out Cardistry. You'll find us. We're out there.
Follow Cardistry Core.
Yeah, actually.
I like
get that.
Cardistry Core. I love that project. It's such a good idea.
Yeah. And people can find Adam at Adam Kerchman on Instagram, and Frank at Frank is T. I remember when you used to go by Frank is Peace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then moved on. Decided peace was not necessary.
No longer
Sometimes
an
it
option.
Unattainable.
T will always be there for us.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks
Yeah,
for coming,
absolutely.
Yeah,
fellas.
this is fun.
A joy. Till next time.
All right. Goodbye.
Later.
Well,